Hello everyone and welcome back to la Fromagerie. My name is Alessandro and today I will show you to make Focaccia Barese. This focaccia is typical from my region Puglia and is a very particular focaccia because it keeps nice and moist during the cooking, and also after a few days is still nice and fluffy. This one because inside we're gonna add some mashed potato. So for the recipe you will need 300 grams of strong flour, 200 of semolina flour, 150 grams of mashed potato, 15 grams of salt, 4 grams of dry yeast, 2 tablespoons and a little bit more after of olive oil, some cherry tomato and some dry oregano. So how to make the focaccia? We're gonna start to make a sort of a starter. This one will help the focaccia to rise better and quickly. For this one I will add 100 grams of the 300 grams of water in a bowl. And after that I'm gonna add a bit of the flour and the semolina. Let's say 100 grams, so 50 grams of strong flour and 50 grams of semolina. I'm gonna mix it. And after I will add my yeast. So in here I got 100 grams of flour, the mix between the strong and the semolina, 100 of water and the yeast. I'm gonna mix it very well to make sure all the yeast is nice and dissolved inside the mix. And when the mix is done, you can cover with a cloth or with a cling film and keep in a warm place around 18-20 degrees for 2 hours. And after this time, this is what I made earlier. You can see here all the bubbling, nice and bubbly, and also nice the fermented smell. This means the yeast is ready. So at the moment, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna add inside here all the rest of the ingredients. My flour, the semolina, and very gently I'm gonna mix all together. Now I will add all the rest of the water and the cold mashed potato. And I'm gonna carry on to mix everything. So the particularity of potato is probably because it will give in the cooking a nice and moist texture. And the semolina flour instead is going to give a little bit of the crunchiness, the crispiness around the crust of the focaccia. I'm start to nice and not my dough. Now I can add my olive oil. I'm going to start to add 2 nice big tablespoons. And the salt. I'm gonna carry on kneading the dough. Now you can help yourself inside the bowl and on a clean surface, or if you have, you can use even a mixing machine that is gonna be a little bit easier, let's say, and a little bit faster. I always love to do with my hands, as I like to get a little bit dirty in the kitchen. So I'm gonna go in this moment, all the gluten is to release. So you need to quite give a good mix. And the best way always is get a nice dough in the middle, and with the palm of your hand just stretch it and put it back. Stretch it and put it back. And put it back. At the beginning you will see the dough that is not gonna be quite homogeneous, but this one, with the timing of knotting the bread, you are gonna get nice and shiny and nice and smooth. Step is very important, so please keep really a good mix, because you will really need to incorporate all the flour with the potato, the water, and as all this type of mix, what you really need, it's really to release all the gluten. So now I can feel it, the dough is getting quite elastic and soft, and I think now it's ready to do the next step. So for this step, what we're gonna do, we're gonna dust a little bit the board with a bit of flour, and I'm gonna open my dough in a quite big circle. And now another very important step, I'm gonna fold it. So this part and this part, fold it, and you have this part. Now you turn it, and with the tip of your finger, you're gonna push all the extremity of the dough inside, going around the dough. So as you see, start to get nice and round. When the dough is ready, I'm gonna put it back in my bowl. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of olive oil. I'm gonna massage all the dough with the oil. And this one will prevent the dough to get dry during the proofing, because I'm not gonna add any sort of extra flour. So nicey and oily. And when it's ready, I'm gonna cover up and let them proof. Now it's 2 hours past, and this one is the dough. So as you see, the dough nice and rise, it became almost the double size from the beginning. And you can check when the dough is nice and proof, just pressing down, and if the dough is gonna go back the starting point, means the dough is ready. So now how I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a nice tray. You can use almost any sort of tray. If you don't have round, you can use a square one, or if you don't have maybe smaller, you can divide the dough in two and make 2 focaccia. So I'm gonna put a quite generous portion of olive oil on the base. This one is nice, make the base nice and crispy, and also prevent the focaccia to stick on the tray. Now with my hands, I'm gonna just get all the mix. As you see, it's doing beautiful bubble. And once it's inside my hand, I'm gonna place one side the tin. I'm gonna get a bit dirty my finger with some oil, and now I'm gonna press it down. because now we're gonna let the focaccia proof again, but now with the condiment on top. So this one is my focaccia, and now we're gonna season it. So the very classic focaccia alla Barese, it's with some cherry tomato and some oregano. So I'm gonna cut my tomato in half and make sure to remove the excess of the seeds and the liquid, because this one is gonna make your focaccia a little bit too soft. And I'm gonna put my tomato skin up. So be quite generous with the tomato. And just you need to press it down. And this one is a focaccia that in Puglia we eat as a breakfast in the morning. You have for lunch, you have as aperitivo, you have for dinner. So really it's a focaccia for all day around. And usually it's one of the best things to bring on the beach and enjoy under the sun. So fill up nice my focaccia with some tomato. Press quite down, because if you don't press down the tomato, once it's gonna rise, the tomato is gonna come up. And now I'm gonna add some oregano. And now I'm gonna leave to proof again for another half an hour, 45 minutes. And after that we're gonna cook it. My focaccia is nice and rise again. And I have also on top some black olives. You can use any sort of black olives. In this case, I use a Tajasca. If you have the best one are the Puglia black olives. They are quite bigger and juicy, but you can use any that you got at the moment. And once the focaccia is ready, it's ready to bake in a hot oven. At home you can use 220 degrees for around 20-25 minutes. And if you have a good electric oven, you can do 190 for the same time. And now let's put this focaccia in the oven. Okay, our focaccia has been cooked and it got a nice crust on top. So once the focaccia is ready, you can leave it outside for around 10-15 minutes before you're gonna cut it. And now I'm gonna present you how we're gonna serve our focaccia alla Barese. So we got our focaccia, beautiful, nice crust and nice color. I'm gonna gently remove from my tray. And the focaccia alla Barese, really you can have it as you like, as a breakfast, lunch, snack. And I'm gonna show you how beautiful inside is. As you see, it's nice and very moist. And this one is because the potato. So I'm serving this one a classic way, a nice big piece of the focaccia. I got a very good buffalo mozzarella here, but you can use even better burrata from Puglia. Nice 2 big chunk. A bit of olive oil. And maybe some artichokes. And you can have it as you really like. And I hope you enjoy, and see you soon at the next one. Thank you very much. Bye bye.